Mighty Plumber. Those nasty thieving plumbers are here.
Mighty Plumber! Whoa! Hey, my idol! Oh, wow! He's here in person! Hey, can I have your autograph?
Traitor!
But if you're busy, I can wait.
It is a legend no one will forget. Everybody thought the Super Show was as bad as a Mario cartoon could be. And then, the sequel attacked. Deke was back! With the zaniest danger ever known, even more animation errors. With their useless Mario trivia, Delfino and Peach will watch every single episode and complete the Supershow Saga.
Of course you can have a rainbow strip.
Ooh, a rainbow strip.
I love these things.
Let me pretend like I didn't just shove a mountain of spaghetti down my gullet. I'm gonna be having nightmares tonight.
We're gonna have fun tonight. Now, if you're a House of Mario person, you might think I've cracked open a cold brewski, but it's my favorite drink, Grapeade.
Made by the lovely people at Arizona Tea.
99 cents.
I love Arizona
They
Tea.
stand for...
We're not sponsored by Arizona Tea,
We're
but
not
dang,
sponsored.
with how much Arizona Tea I drink, we might as well be.
We stand by their...
It's like Matt Pat with a Diet Coke.
He just loves it. I mean, I love it because A, it tastes good, and B, it's always 99 cents.
It is.
It's not like when you need that drink at a concert and they're like, that'll be $8.
Sometimes it's on sale for 2 for 99 cents.
Ooh. But if it's ever more, you can be like, hey,
It says on the pack.
it says on the can
99 cents.
99 cents. And if they're like, that's not enough, you can go to their website, and their website says, show people this website and say, I can only spend up
As
to...
for me, I'm drinking my drink, which was also $1 because it was on clearance. It's matcha mate grapefruit tea, which I told our mother about it, and she said, well, of course it was on clearance. It has grapefruit in it.
But Ching, nobody likes grapefruit?
I think it's got such a good aroma.
I guess. I'm not a tea fanatic like
I
you are,
am a
Miss
tea
Duchess of the 50
Oh my
tea
gosh.
recipes.
It's the best manhwa.
It's a lie. The best manhwa is the Duchess who became a young master. That's my favorite.
Oh, I haven't read that one.
It's on Tappy Toons. You can read it for free.
Okay.
And with that,
The house is free!
the house is free.
The webcomic is free!
You can...
It's a free house! It's got a pool in the back. You know.
The game room?
It's free real estate.
Oh, it's free real estate. Okay. I don't know the full quote. I just know it's free real estate.
At one part, he just starts screaming, "The house is free!"
Just take it. But it's only to one person, right? It's
Only to you.
It's a specific person.
It doesn't have any furniture, but but you got the real estate.
It's like a studio apartment. There's absolutely no furnishing, but you know what?
God, I love that
It's free real estate. And with that, hello and welcome to the Supershow Saga. I am Delfino Durians.
And I am Peach Supreme. We are cutting this one very close to the wire.
It has been a long time since we recorded. We were kind of hoping for something to pass, but it has not passed, and it's like,
I've just been kind of putting it off. Like, weren't we supposed to be watching Mighty Plumber today? It's fine, I'll just put it off. And then I'm looking at the calendar and I'm like, oh, that episode goes out on Monday, doesn't it?
And today is Saturday. Saturday.
I tell you what I've been doing is playing so much Faye.
Faye. Attention.
Attention, summoners! I miss Faye's old voice so much.
You can't even find old videos of her voice because they
it's
took
so
them all
hard.
down.
Anywho, this is probably the most current we'll ever get until you go to watch this in the past. But they're having the summer celebration right now, and there's a crazy EXP bonus going on.
5 times
Oh my
EXP.
God.
It's bananas.
It's nuts. So I'm taking this opportunity to level 40 all of my 4-star units so I can stick them in storage.
So cruel.
Well, it's just... like, what if there's a Tempest or something and I don't have any units? It's like,
and you
I
need to
can
pull
use
one
that
out.
I did that with Sheeta in the last summer pool.
I do that, but I just run a trio team.
I didn't have any of the... the good summer unit. So I was like, I'll just 5-star Marishita. She gets the cute wing sword, but honestly, she's just so... Early units are so...
Gen 1 unit.
Even then, it's like...
Year 1 unit.
I'm maxing out these units, and it's like, they're okay. I'd never use them, though. And so that's what's stopping me from making them 5 stars. Because I'm like, oh, I can't use up all of my... what's it
feathers?
My feathers, yeah.
I have many feathers built up, too.
I also have many feathers, though. But it's like, if I kept spending them all the time, then I wouldn't have any if I really needed them.
This is
if
like
there was
the
an
orbs.
emergency.
This is the orbs debate. I have a much higher orb count than you, because you've been more free with your orbs.
I'll stock up orbs, and then whenever there's a slightly decent banner, I'll be like, alright, whatever, I'll spark for Charlotte. I love Charlotte. She's hilarious. And she's actually a pretty good unit. I got crazy lucky the other day. I got a really good unit.
Who was it?
I got Suitor, who looks like Bowser.
The Pirate King Bowser.
He's the ultimate beefcake. Like, he just sits there and soaks up all the damage and then punches you in the face with a shark. It's just like, wow.
It is power creep to the highest degree. But I'll give it to the seasonal units because they're not eternally available.
I'd be very frustrated with this Tempest because he's the boss of the current Tempest.
Yeah.
If I didn't have one myself so they can have a big, muscle brawl with each other. And I've got Memori there. I keep coming up with ideas for comics and then being like, oh, I'll never actually make that. But I'm like, man, wouldn't it be funny if I had just Suitor and Drog as the big beefcake, security men with little cute Memori in the middle? As my armor squad.
Armor squad. You throw one of the weird armored units in. Don't you have a Tharja? A winter Tharja?
I do have a winter Tharja. It's probably the cape. The cape is heavy.
Okay. She's like, I'm a summer. I live in the desert. I don't wear heavy things. The idea
was for a while, it's that there weren't a lot of
armored units.
Non-infantry units.
Well, there are just a ton of infantry.
There were just a ton of infantry
and a good number of cavalry and flying.
Yeah. But there weren't any good armored units, so for a while, all of the specials were all armored. And then they started branching it out more, where they had more flying and stuff. We got our first flying mages or flying archers and stuff like that.
I like when they go fun.
And so now we've come full circle to where all of the original infantry units are all power creeped. So we're getting a bunch of new infantry units that have the power creep. Which is why it's Charlotte is so amazing, but she's technically an infantry unit. But she acts like an armored unit.
It's so true. It's they'll be please use Anna.
Suitor is an armored unit, but I gave him armored boots, so he could just move wherever.
Armored boots? You mean...
So, armor march, is that what
Is it the one where if you're next to another armored unit, you guys can run forwards?
So, it's a sacred seal that I got at some point.
What? It's a sacred seal?
Mm-hmm. So, it's that if your HP is 100, you can move like an infantry unit.
Okay.
And given that he never takes damage, he pretty much just moves wherever he feels like.
My method for this Tempest...
Also, the good thing about those movement skills is that you can move through trees and stuff. We're talking a lot about Fae. Can you tell that I've been playing a lot of Fae?
Fae. It was to the point where you got a whole day off, and I'm like, alright, Peach, we're gonna get going on that giant art block that you've been experiencing. We're gonna record this episode.
Man, in the last episode, I was like, oh, I'm doing this Fee. I'm just getting out of my art block. And since then, I've done nothing.
And I've been like, Peach, I'm your manager.
It's to the part that, we're in Koopaling week, and I'm just like, man... I don't even have the energy to draw any Koopalings.
We came up with a whole idea.
Oh, we did. It was adorable. I kind of just want to post it as a text post.
What your idea was?
Well, yeah, it's that we had the 7 Koopaling pictures from the show, and I was going to redraw them, and, we're looking at them, and we're like, aren't they the 7 deadly sins? Mostly just because we got this really good clip. We'll see it eventually, because you better use that clip when we go to the Life's a Rough episode. But
I'll definitely have that picture.
Put a little teaser here if you're watching the video. It's a picture of a hop on a tray. It's so funny.
He looks like Stitch.
He's like a little grandma. Such a good picture. It was at that point where I'm looking at that picture and I'm like, dang, I can't draw that, but it's so funny.
I know. So
gluttony.
We'll go in order for
We're just gonna show them now?
Well, I'll describe them. We can
Alright, sure.
To your
so
thing.
from the episode Never Koopa Koopa,
our first picture was Cheatsy dancing
Koopa.
with his Walkman.
I do love the Walkman.
Sloth. What device was this was Sloth. Okay. And then we have number 2.
It's the picture of Morton jumping into the concrete in Dadzilla. And technically Cootie Pie is also in there. That one was Wrath.
Okay. It was powerful.
Because I love the idea that after that Wendy just slugged him.
That's all. Cootie Pie
is eternally lust.
She's lust. She's got big heart glasses that say...
It's from the episode Reptiles in the Rose Garden where she's about to get crushed by the White House.
Hop is gluttony.
Hop is gluttony. Hop really doesn't do anything in the show, but man...
It is sad. We're thinking, like, what are notable Hop moments?
I mean, this is such a notable Hop moment, and they didn't even get his hair color right.
And we're just drawing blanks. Bully's picture, he is Pride.
What? No, that one was Envy.
No.
Right? Oh, right. Yeah, that one was Pride.
Yeah, Bully's was Pride because he's trying to save his pride.
It's from the episode. Oh, it's the first
Sneaky,
one.
lying, cheating, giant ninja Koopa.
Yeah, that one. So he's brushing off Morton. He's like, yeah, Pop.
Oh yeah, totally. Hip is, of course, he's from a future episode. He's Greed because he's surrounded by money. And then Kooky is Envy because he's looking in the bushes.
I just love the little tongue flap. It's so funny. Kooky is very well animated, unlike this episode we're about to get into.
Oh my gosh, this episode, I feel like I feel
like they were just really tired.
It was
kind of like we are right now.
You think it was really tired, or do you think it was just in a rush?
It's so
burnout?
Rushed. It's so sloppy. Like, it's sloppy in a wonderful way, but it's...
Where like,
I keep looking at them.
It's
like,
true.
The way they recycle walking frames, the way they just do, like, closed face-ups. It's just like, we're really tired.
I had 2 full pages of notes.
Really?
Yes.
I had a lot of notes, too, but dang.
It was absolutely nuts. So... Our episode is called Misadventure of Mighty Plumber. Not Misadventures of Mighty Plumbers.
Because that's a different episode. Misadventures of Babysitting.
It's all singular.
I think. It's weird that we have 2 episodes about misadventures. We go on enough regular adventures. We need some misadventures.
We have so many morning constitutionals. So many morning constitutionals.
I feel like we've said that for what is this, episode 14?
This is episode, 14.
We've said this for 14 episodes, and
we've never clarified
what a morning constitutional is. So, our first Mario game, in case you're curious, well, I don't know if it was yours.
It was mine.
Sure, it was Mario Party 7. Really interesting game to
we
start
got it
off
with
from.
the GameCube that we got for Christmas one year.
It was
with
very
the
fun.
mic.
Anywho, that game starts with Mario taking a morning constitutional.
And they phrase it as such.
Well, because it's Toadsworth narrating.
Okay.
And so he's like, oh, Mario was out on his morning constitutional. What pip pip.
When Toadsworth approached him on the idea of a party cruise line, Mario jumped for joy.
I miss Toadsworth.
I mean, he's
Why can't he go golfing? Everybody else is going golfing.
King Babom's going
golfing. They have a lot to talk about with their mustaches.
He was definitely useful in that he was like a mentor figure for Peach, in that it was back in the days where Peach was a bit more of a risk taker. She'd be like, we're gonna go on a fun vacation.
And what would this show be like if Peach had Toadsworth instead of...
I feel like every time I see an old...
They're not in this episode.
They're not. You just realize that?
I thought I guess I was thinking of the last episode.
No.
Oh, brother. It's like, no, they're not in this one.
No, they're not in it. This is an entirely Mario and Luigi focused episode. It is of the corest of the cast.
And they're really good in this
Mario,
episode.
Luigi, and...
their plumbing hero.
Mighty
Plumber!
So the episode is titled Misadventure of Mighty Plumber, and it's written by Michael Maurer. Now this guy's got a fun history behind him. He used to write on the Saturday Supercade. Do you know what that is? It's okay if you don't.
Why don't you explain it for our audience at home, not just because I may or may not know what that is?
Gladly. The Saturday Supercade was a really weird 30-minute cartoon block of old arcade games. This was in the farthest back reaches of, like, Pac-Man,
like the Double Dragon
Donkey Kong,
wait,
something else. It was the one where Donkey Kong ran around going Donkey Kong, and Mario and Jumpman ran around like a washed up man, and Pauline was like, "Oh Jumpman, what are we gonna do? Donkey Kong's at it again, Donkey Kong."
I
It was
I don't
that
remember
show.
what it was from. I saw some clips of old Pac-Man show. I don't know. Maybe it was during like where someone was talking about the Pac-Man
Legacy.
Oh, what's it even? It was the Pac-Man game or Pac-Man like graffitis on a wall. It's the one that has the stage that nobody likes in Smash Bros. Pac-Man?
Is it?
It's the one that scrolls. It's got the fairy in it.
Oh, I hate that stage. Yeah.
It's the stage that everyone hates, and the game it comes from is also apparently pretty terrible.
Is it the Pac-Man world? Is that the walking one?
Yeah, the one where he walks and you have to tap on things. It'd be like, Pac-Man, do this.
And he goes, no.
It's like Hey You Pikachu, but with Pac-Man with an attitude.
And you're like, Pac-Man, you little... Okay, so, yeah, the Saturday Supercade, this was the golden age of arcade video games, meaning the showrunners were thrown material, and they were like, do something! And
it's
they're
like how they keep talking about how they're making a Tetris movie, and I'm like, what, you mean you're making a movie about the making of Tetris?
Now that would be very interesting to talk about copyright law in Soviet Russia.
No, we're making a movie about the plot of Tetris.
And it's gonna be a trilogy.
And it's gonna be a trilogy, and it's like Puyo Puyo Tetris? Because that one has a story. No, like Tetris, like the blocks.
Each of the blocks have a new person. What is the best Tetris block?
People say the I block.
Mm-hmm.
You say the T block.
I say the T block because you can fill it in for like places where Z pieces would go and corner ones. It's really versatile, and you can do a T spin.
I like the L and R blocks personally.
I used to hate the Z blocks, but as I've been getting better,
as we've been playing more Tetris 99
at planning Tetris.
You know, to this point, I still haven't gotten number 1 in Tetris 99 yet.
It's okay.
I got number 2 once, twice.
Twice? Okay.
I only took a screen cap of that one time. And it was when I was playing on the Luigi's Mansion stage, so it was fun.
The highest I've gotten was...
I need to start playing more. I keep missing all the good ones. I missed the Miitopia banner that was out. They're doing a Skyward Sword one. I gotta play that.
You gotta play it? I don't know if you gotta.
I wonder what music they pick.
I've only gotten up to Tetris. I've only gotten to 11.
11? You've never reached the top 10?
No. I want to hit the top... Well, I don't want to hit the top 10.
You've never heard
because once the Flight of the Bumblebee starts playing, my anxiety is going to skyrocket. And I'll be like...
Don't worry. Once it happens, you're dead soon.
Okay. Because I get stressed playing video games like a nerd.
I think the trick to getting high leveled is to have it all happen very fast. Like, the longer you hold out, like, the longer the game is, the harder it is.
Oh, I guess because the higher your stack comes.
It keeps getting faster.
Oh,
the longer it is, it starts falling faster. It's not dependent on...
How many players are left?
How many players are left. Okay. It's dependent on how long the game's been going on.
I thought it was players left. I'm sure there's a Tetris mathematician out there.
I'm sure there is. It's not me.
But yeah, the Saturday Supercade show was like Frogger, Donkey Kong, Q*bert, before Wreck-It Ralph, Q*bert, and Pitfall Harry. You know, those classic video game hero, Pitfall Harry.
You mean the guy from Dig Dug?
No. The guy who, when they play the game where you swing over the pits?
Pitfall, the game I always think is E.T., but it's
Dig
not.
Dug is Dig Dug, and you think that because you think all Atari games are E.T.
I'm sorry.
We own an Atari 2600.
I haven't played it in a while.
A while? I don't think I've touched it in 10 years. Dad has it buried somewhere in the basement. Anywho, the other...
We don't have a good enough CRT for it.
Mine over there is a CRT.
Yes,
it is a CRT, because it plays the GameCube and the Wii. Anyways, we're talking about Skyward Sword. Since recording, Skyward Sword HD has come out, and my collective opinion on it is... okay.
Do you know, Skyward Sword's come out, and everyone's been talking about it, and I sat there and I looked at it and went, you know, I haven't played Wind Waker in forever.
And then we played the entirety.
I played Wind Waker.
And we played...
I 100% did Wind Waker.
Because when you're playing on HD, because I already enjoyed playing...
the HD version is so
I already
nice.
enjoyed playing... I played Wind Waker about 7 years ago.
Wind Waker was the first game I ever actually completed. With Dad's help, but
okay.
That's why Dad's so fond of it. It's because we used to
made
play it together.
We made him play it.
I remember it being so much longer than it was.
I guess because you just spend more time doing things. I feel like if we go back to Link to the Past, it'll be a lot faster. It's on the Switch. Peach has a problem with Link to the Past. Makes her upset. Anywho.
I don't want to think about Link to the Past right now. I was all happy and everything.
Well, Wind Waker...
This episode's so funny.
I'm sorry.
We were watching it together, and I was laughing so hard that you asked if there was something wrong with me.
What?
Well, this was like a few weeks ago.
Okay, when we did our first viewing,
when we did
not
our
the
first
note-taking.
viewing. Not during... Well, when we do our note-taking, we do it separately, which is how I prefer to watch these episodes so that people don't judge me for laughing.
Okay.
Because you were like, it's not that funny. I'm like, I think these things are hilarious.
This is absolutely the best. I just feel like you crack. It feels like when Mike was laughing during the Noelle movie.
It's just something about this show
and he
that's just
turned
so
and
bad
smiled.
crack.
And he's like... Or it's like me,
I'm just an insane person.
Or it's like me watching
hilarious.
the Warmania video where I'm laughing out loud at stuff and you're like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, this is amazing! Warmania is the best!
I thought we agreed that we weren't going to use all of our talking points.
No, I didn't write Warmania down.
We're talking about worms.
What are we singing about? Oh,
we're singing about Mighty Plumber, okay? We gotta start this episode.
I'm sorry. Okay, so the writer was Michael Marr.
We can talk about worms, we can talk about drain snakes.
I have more to talk about with Michael Marr.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. But
he's a vet.
We went on a tangent. He's a vet. But also, he did not write any Mario episodes before this, but he did write 4 Captain N episodes. So he was working at Deke, at the same time as
watching this episode. That makes sense.
It feels like a Captain N type episode. It feels like Simon Belmont.
It does feel like Simon Belmont. Except, an actually good character.
And he also wrote 7 Ruby Spears Mega Man episodes.
How much info do you have about this man who I've never heard about?
This is very important. He wrote the Mega Man X episode, which everybody regards as like the worst episode.
I haven't seen
that
one.
It's not Curse of the Lion Man.
Is that one on our potential watch list?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we'll save our opinions of that.
But there's that one, and then there's another episode that he wrote on that I'll mention later.
Wait, he wrote for Barney?
He wrote for a lot of Barney, and he came back to write for Pac-Man's Ghostly Adventures.
But he was so good at writing this fake show about Mighty Plumber that they're like, write this actual show, and he's like, I'm on it.
He wrote a ton of Barney, like in Barney's later years. And also, they brought him back to write more Pac-Man for Pac-Man's Ghostly Adventures. That's what I'm saying, is he keeps hanging around.
I'm sorry.
Are you saying
but
Barney's
something
dead?
about saying Barney's later years
implies that Barney's dead.
No, he's in retirement. I'm thinking about that quote from Phineas and Ferb, where he's talking about the Retirinator, not to be confused with the Retirinator, which is like a comfy sofa, a cat, some books, and he's like, it will warm me into my senior years.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So, not even before, we gotta get on to the episode, but not even before the title card disappears, do we already hear screaming.
No, you're in for a great episode. We're already screaming and the episode hasn't even started.
So, Luigi's like me when you get really engaged in a show and he's like, oh, I can't look. Oh, and he's looking through his eyelids. He's like,
I only do that when they're doing something incredibly cringy on screen.
Whoa, cringe.
Well, not cringe. I don't deal well with secondhand embarrassment.
It's secondhand cringe is what you're feeling.
Cringe. Like, I have to walk out of the room.
It's like when Monsters vs. Aliens.
No, it's like the first half of Cars. Like, I can't watch the first half of Cars or Lightning McQueen is being such a jerk. I'm like, can you just not? Can you please stop being smarmy for 5 seconds? I love the end of Cars.
When can you start watching Cars? When they learn about the piston cup?
He did what in his cup?
He did...
Not the Histon cup. Anyways,
so Mario's all like, oh,
Mario's
Luigi.
so bored sitting in the back of his chair.
He's relaxing.
I guess he's relaxed, but Luigi's like, oh my god, I can't look.
Well, Luigi's getting all excited. Mario's like doing the thing of, Luigi, please calm down. We just started the episode. So he mentions that he brought this TV in from the real world, which I'm wondering how he's still getting a signal.
That's what I said too.
First of all, do TVs not even exist in the Mushroom Kingdom?
Well, how did Koopa get one?
And if so,
Haven't we seen TVs?
Obviously, he would have stolen.
Well, that's true.
But I'm just thinking, do TVs not exist in the Mushroom Kingdom?
Or did Mario say he stole the satellite
I thought,
cable box?
I thought Koopa invented TV.
No, that is that's in Dinosaur
He invented
World.
a rock. Rock TV.
You say, what that?
Alright, so we're watching a show where the budget is even worse than in
Oh
our
my
normal show.
gosh, I noticed that too. The phone's
Oh my
constantly
gosh.
changing colors. When
She's
the
like,
lady is screaming in
Mighty Plumber."
pain, she talks into the earpiece and not the talking
The
part.
sludge monster is just kind of going up, down, up, down, up, down.
But Luigi is backseating in the show. He's like, call Mighty.
Oh no, you gotta call Mighty Plumber.
I'll call Mighty
Honestly, it's
Plumber.
kind of adorable.
How he's like,
I love how into the show Luigi is. He really is a sensitive link.
He is. He's just so sweet.
So when the lady calls the phone, she doesn't even say Mighty Plumber. She just goes, oh my god, Mighty Plumber, help me! It's like, where are you? How does he know where you are?
Hey, he's the best plumber.
He's gonna know?
He just knows. Like, she didn't even have to call him. He would have shown up anyway.
He smelt the sewage.
He smelt that sewage monster.
From a mile away.
Oh well, we don't have time to watch Mighty
So
Plumber.
Luigi's like, is she gonna be okay? And Luigi's like, totally, Luigi. Mighty Plumber's always there. And the background...
You've been saying Luigi for every character, and it's just making me think that Mario is dressed as Luigi talking to Luigi, which is something that could very much happen in this show.
So then Green Luigi says, don't worry,
No,
brother.
Red Luigi.
Yeah, sorry, Red Luigi. What did I say?
You
Red
said
Mar-
Green Luigi.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, we can't even get their colors right.
Okay, but the point is that the background artist in this episode was like dead on the keyboard with one finger on the previous background button because the background they used from this seems like it's from Oh Brother. It's raining
because
outside.
it's raining. Yeah.
It's doing...
And this isn't even the only time this happens in this episode. Oh, whatever. They just used those backgrounds. They had them sitting around. They're like, just check this background.
It's one of the
fine.
Mario
Okay.
house. It's fine. Moving on.
Cut to Koopa shot.
Cut to Koopa making angry Koopa noises.
Obviously, believe he's doing his aerobic exercises.
Also, someone did not even check the borders when they were clipping this segment because you could see the fuzz. It's like everyone was just so tired and they noticed these things and they're like, We don't care.
Oh, we didn't finish the background. Let's just put Koopa's face, like, right in the frame.
And their outlines are not consistent. Sometimes faces are drawn, like, half with a big white. This episode's cursed, animation-wise. But Big Mouth is making excuses for his dad without even being pressured to. He's like,
oh, Dad's jumping around and yelling. He must be doing aerobic exercises.
Let's join
do
him.
it with him.
And they get slammed with books.
Why does Koopa have books? I didn't think he knew how to read.
I don't know. Maybe it's implied that they're jumping around so much that, like, the drawer fell over
onto their head.
I guess.
But I also love how Koopa clarifies that he is in fact
not smart and that he's being a big baby. He's like, I am not doing my exercises. I'm having a temper tantrum. Hey, King Pup, what are we having a tantrum about?
I love how Bully doesn't even say anything in this episode. He's just kind of there because I think the writers realize that he hasn't done anything for the past, like, 10 episodes, and they're like, Bully, yeah, he's here. Big Mouth talk.
This is the episode of men. Did you notice that this episode?
There are many men.
There was only one woman.
And she got drowned to death.
She drowned. It was crazy.
Oh, well.
So
they're like, what do you have the tantrum about? And so Koopa's like, I'm going to saunter over to my desk and explain the plan.
Put my feet up onto the desk.
I did not think it took a long time to walk over.
Gotta clip over my desk real quick. My belly's gonna clip over the edge. Alright, put my feet on the desk.
So his dilemma is that he's got a plan in the works, but he's
decided to recycle his plan from the last episode.
Which is to steal
all the coins from the pipeline.
Except this time from the treasury.
From the treasury. Because he's like, Kookie's plan didn't work. Let's go with this plan. So he's found the treasury, but he knows that if he tries to get it, the Marios will stop him. Because this is just how it works.
It's honestly, I feel like in this episode, the Marios wouldn't have even noticed him if he quietly went and stole this thing. Because they were busy watching Mighty Plumber.
They gotta watch Mighty Plumber, excuse me. I swear this is tea.
We promise this is tea. Okay, so
Koopa's trying to think of a plan, and his eyelids roll upwards, and I'm like,
who decided these
Luckily,
things?
Hip and Hop are here to save the day.
And also, Hip has a ball.
Well, Hip has his ball finally, and Hop's pushing the ball. It's so cute. I wish there were more episodes.
Future ball prediction, but also...
really, that's the only way that you can tell Hip and Hop apart. One has glasses, one is seen with a ball.
So they're like, come see what Chi-Chi's doing. So Chi-Chi's got the best DIY stealing
You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a handbag.
But why? You could just cheat and get them from the TV.
But teleporting television plumbers is cheating.
I love how we both came up with the same joke. Like, as soon as we saw Chi-Chi stealing a car from TV, we're like, we have to make that joke.
You wouldn't download a car.
Well, take that.
But honestly, it reminds me of those DIY hacks. Like, did you ever know that you could make a cup out of something by tying some strings to it? And someone's like, or I could just grab the cup. Or I could just grab the cup with my hand. With my hand, I could grab the cup. It's that kind of thing.
All right.
Chi-Chi's big play is that he can materialize things from
it's like
the
that
TV
scene in Willy
world.
Wonka.
What?
The Wonka vision.
It's been such a long time since I've watched Willy Wonka.
So the plan with Wonka Vision before my TV gets trapped in the TV and shrunk, it's that they'll take the giant candy bar, they'll transmit it to your TV, and then you can just reach in the TV and try a sample of the candy bar.
Okay. That feels like a waste of material, though, if it has to be giant and then be small into the TV.
I mean, that's what I thought, but it's all about the childhood whimsy, okay?
Okay. Don't think about these kinds of things.
Yeah, whatever. You wouldn't steal a car.
You wouldn't steal a chocolate bar, would you?
Maybe you would. Anyways,
so I'm guessing it's a commercial for just like some race car. So he zaps Chi-Chi, zaps the race car out of the
out of the TV.
And then Hip and Hop just run into it like,
yay, free toys! We're still in this. Bye.
Zoom zoom.
I have to
Mario
wonder how
Kart.
many times Chi-Chi has done this, and then one of his siblings has jumped into the room and stolen whatever the heck he just zapped out. Because like Hip and Hop know enough to go tell Dad like, oh, look at what Chi-Chi's doing, and I'm like, has he been doing this all day? And
I like to imagine that
He's
it's just
just
been
now
Cootie
gotten
Pie
caught.
being like, Cheatsy,
give me this. Or it's like he gets like a meal and Roy's like, oh, I was hungry. Thanks for the sandwich. Bye.
what the heck? Okay, this one's gonna be mine for sure. Whoa, Cheatsy, could you still be that contraption from the science movie?
From the science movie.
I couldn't think of a movie in time.
Nice. Okay.
I couldn't.
Well, it turns out that this is just a commercial for in the middle of Mighty Plumber.
Because they said we would return after these messages, and then as Koopa walks into the room, it's like, oh, this is
Mighty
interesting.
Plumber's on. Isn't that Mario and Luigi's favorite TV show? Weird that I know this.
And so they're like, we're gonna return to the show, and the lady is screaming in Koopa's room. So,
the only reason I noticed it at first was because they've got that crappy drawn picture of the Mario dartboard in the back, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, why does she have a picture of Mario in her room? Wait a minute, this is Koopa's room.
This
from the last
isn't even
scene.
her room.
Oops.
So,
Wrong
Mighty
layer.
Plumber barges into the room, and by barges into the room, I mean he politely opens the door and walks in. They make it sound so victorious, but it's just like,
Mighty Plumber's here. Hi. What is your problem, ma'am?
I'm getting eaten alive! Oh, that's a problem. Okay, so Mighty Plumber, I think it's just a superhero trope, but
I think it's from the original Superman.
Okay, because it gave me huge Captain
Me
Underpants
too.
recollections. Faster than a speeding blank, more powerful
What
than
they
blank.
say is faster than a speeding plunger and more powerful than a pipe wrench, which it's really weird because this is a saying that Mario used to say in the original Super Show.
What?
Where he used to say more powerful than an electric drain snake.
Yeah. Maybe
So,
this guy doesn't use
It's
electric drains.
sometimes like instead of doing the pasta power, like the patty cake, he would say the more powerful line or whatever. I mean, I just think of more powerful than boxer shorts, able to leap over tall buildings without getting a single wedgie.
Faster than speeding,
The speeding waistband.
speeding waistband. Yeah.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's an egg salad sandwich.
No, it's Captain Underpants.
Tra-la-la.
As best. We still haven't finished that show.
I'm close.
We got stuck in limbo on season 3.
Sorry, I've been busy.
And I'd say, Peach, let's watch an episode. And you're like,
I'm
I'd rather watch Pokemon.
I'd rather watch Great British Baking Show again.
For the 5th time.
For the 18th time.
Oh, truly, our new thing is watching Cutthroat Kitchen because.
Cutthroat Kitchen is
So we watched Sarah Z's video about Crime Scene Kitchen, which I kept calling True Crime Kitchen.
I'm like, it's not true crime. There is no true crime involved.
This is not true crime, and how she found the premise is really interesting, but it kind of falls flat because everybody's so separated from each other, and the one time they cross paths is when somebody's smacking their pan on the opposite side to get out air bubbles in their macarons, and then the guy in the next room's like,
What?
I
He's
hear
making macaron.
I hear
some thumping smacking.
I
Must
he-
be a macaron.
Let's change our recipe.
We need to make some macarons. I want a macaron
They're
now.
so hard to make.
Then we should go buy some.
Well, okay.
Go to the store.
I'd rather go buy like mini cupcakes or sugar cookies though. We can't really make sugar cookies.
But macarons.
Macarons are fun, but they're so small.
Oh, that's true. It is getting to be Halloween season, as we all know. do, 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 do. All right, so Koopa has come up with his grand plan.
Oh,
And
right.
Chi-Chi looks like a sad plant.
He looked so miserable.
Koopa's just sitting there like, I've made this whole plan. I'm going to monologue to myself because we don't have any budget in this episode. Just come on, zoom in on me.
It is the true
zoom
Captain
in on the shot.
and Mega Man philosophy
Chi-Chi's
of
just sitting there
talk
like-
out the plot. Just talk out the plot.
Chi-Chi's just sitting there like, How long is this
We're
episode?
doing this again.
How far are we into this episode?
We're on half of the time that we usually take, and it's still taking this long.
We're 5 minutes into the episode. We've been recording for 40 minutes. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Sweating like pigs.
It's sweaty in here. Okay.
I know.
So his plan is to steal Mighty Plumber from the TV
And deceive him into doing the job for him and or fending off the Mario plumbers.
So he steals, I was about to call him Captain N, Mighty Plumber, a la Captain N, and the lady's just sitting there drowning in her kitchen. And I'm like, what the heck? I thought they fixed the problem. I thought the problem was the big spaghetti monster or whatever.
I will give Michael Mars some credit. He does come up with some good, like, punchline jokes. Like, and that they're like, he goes, Mighty Plumber, I've got a job for you. And Mighty Plumber goes, sorry, you have to make an appointment. I'm busy fixing a leak. And it cuts to the lady screaming, drowning, and Koopa goes, she can wait.
Yeah, who cares?
It reminds me.
She can just open a door.
It reminds me of the terrible Mega Man X episode, which I say it's terrible, but there are fun parts in it. The best part in it is when Dr. Wily's being cornered by something, he's under his desk, he presses a button. It's like a panic button. And then all of the evil robot masters run in and goes, we heard the silent alarm, Dr. Wily, what's going on? It's like, dang it, you can write some really good lines, sir.
I mean, I don't blame Mighty Plumber for not wanting to help Koopa. I mean,
he's in the middle of doing something.
What part of come help me save these coins is a plumber's job? Like, he could have at least pretended to make it plumbing related. I guess the only plumbing related thing is that there are two evil plumbers.
I guess so.
Yep, that you heard right. Wario and Waluigi are in this episode.
They are. And you know what? Grime never pays.
Grime never pays. Oh, meatballs.
The TV's on the blink. I wrote that line down too.
Oh, it's such a good line.
It's okay. Mario fixes his TV like a real man. Just you bang on it.
Hey, hitting broken machines always fixes them. It's like they say a joke I watch.
It's true. But I just love how Mario's like,
And Luigi's just like chilling on the window.
He's just lounging.
I think that's the big energy of this episode. We're either walking or lounging.
So Luigi's lounging over the windows and it's like, I want to know what's happening.
I wanted to watch
and
Mighty
suddenly
Plumber.
a fire piranha plant Patooey comes out of nowhere
and burns a hole in their wall.
That'll leave a mark. Ba-dum-ching. So it's obviously
he's very good at writing these letters.
It's like it's like wood carving. I know what you're talking about. The wood carving.
Air. No, the air message.
Oh, okay.
Except it's with fire on their wall, really tiny.
Is it really tiny or really big?
Well,
it looks both ways, but I'm wondering whose handwriting this is, because it's obviously handwritten. I was looking at it, I'm like, none of these letters are matching each other.
Unless he burnt a message into his brain or something, I feel like that's the Patooey's handwriting.
I guess is it the storyboarder's handwriting?
Oh, that's interesting.
That would be fun, but
Koopa writes a note that says, hey, I'm stealing the coins, dare you to find me. Love Koopa.
Love Koopa.
Affectionately yours, King Koopa.
Yours. Thank you. It's like
thank you.
It's like what's it lately in job stuff. It's like all of my emails start with like, hey Delfino, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Their name. And it's like, I love how the email will have completely different context
Bowser
than
writes
the
really angry letters and then ends them with
all caps.
Affectionately yours, Bowser.
Just all caps, angry. It's really funny. So
Luigi's like, oh no!
This stinks!
We can't watch our show!
And honestly, this gave me Odd Squad vibes. It reminds me of the episode where the plant grows like crazy and Otto is like, oh my gosh! And Otto's like, I know! I didn't know the plant would grow this crazy. And Otto goes, no, I mean, oh my gosh, you were the one to cause a problem this time. It's always me. And he does a little party dance before they're like, oh my gosh, this is a giant plant. It's going to eat us, so we gotta go.
Mario wants to look at things on the bright side. He's like, well, you know what?
We gotta learn from our heroes.
This episode that we knew how it was gonna end because they all end the same way, but we gotta learn from our heroes.
Hey.
And then gives the TV a little smooch.
Hey, if we had that mentality about TV shows, we would not be watching Precure every week. We know it will all end good. But you know what? We do our best.
I'm just kidding. He just pats the TV, but like it looked like he was about to lean over and give it a little smooch.
It's like we're gonna learn.
It's really funny considering he was just kicking it a few seconds ago.
He went from angry
we love
to nostalgic.
TVs.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So
time to
we
go
to
the
Pipeland. I really liked how Pipeland's main castle looked. Did you notice?
Yeah, the castle was cool. The interior was really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the backgrounds were nice, even though they were all in the wrong spot.
They were all wrong.
They didn't use them properly.
They were interesting. So they're like, Mighty Plumber, open the way for me. And he goes...
I love how he speaks in rhymes.
I said that too. Mighty Plumber also makes rhymes with no overtime. Which reminds me of whenever we play a Jackbox game and we get Mad City Rhymes. It's the one with...
I thought you were about to say it reminds me of how you've been working too much.
No, but it also does. But also, it makes me think of the Jackbox game where you're a bunch of robots and you make rhymes. And I always come up with a word and then I'm like, oh wait, nothing rhymes with orange. And I'm like...
Blorange.
It's like... I for one,
and
I wrote...
by the moon that's oh so silver. What rhymes with silver? Bilver.
Dilver.
Silver's not a word.
Sliver.
Use it in a sentence.
No. But it's like I wrote unicycle for children's toy, and I was like, what rhymes with unicycle? And I wrote hikecle. Take a hike. L.
Take a hikecle.
Take a hikecle.
All right, hikecle.
So
what are we gonna buy with all these gold coins?
I feel like Koopa's really encapsulating Wario in this episode. The way that he'll just go off and be like, I wonder what kind of
Koopa
things.
likes to go off and monologue in this episode. He does it
feels
quite
like
a few
Wario.
times. It's because he's letting Mighty Plumber do the work, and his Tootsie Wootsies get wet.
His Tootsie Wootsies got so wet, and
he's just like, I'm gonna go stand over here and think about what I'm gonna buy with all this money.
Maybe a castle, maybe this. Mario goes,
maybe a Koopa DeVille.
Not today. And Luigi waves to Koopa.
Luigi's like, hey, what's going on?
Hey, Koopa. And Mario's in that.
Mario's in his all episode. Luigi's so fun in this episode.
He's so friendly and fun. He's having a good time.
It's his day off. He's watching his favorite TV show.
It's his day.
He's like, hey, what's up?
So Koopa's like, ruh-roh, Mighty Plumber.
And he whistles him over. It's just
Maybe
like, what is he, a dog? And then he growls over it. I'm like, what is he, a dog?
So then Mario and Luigi are, I think, what we would be if we saw a video game or TV person in real life, which is to say,
completely starstruck.
And you just drop all pretenses and you're like, oh my god.
Luigi especially is
Cloud
like,
Strife.
Cloud?
My idol is here with Poison.
You picked Cloud?
I'm just trying to think of, it would be like the most...
I mean, mine would be Luigi or Bowser,
well,
so...
I'm just trying to think of who would come out of the TV. Who's, like, relevant in their game, right? Because I'd want Vincent Valentine, but he's not the most relevant thing in that game, sadly, so...
Well, maybe you're playing Dirge of Cerberus.
Maybe I am. On the mysterious Dirge of Cerberus remake that's coming.
We don't have time to unpack
out
all
of
that.
Nowhere. We just learned about Ever Crisis today.
Oh well, so Luigi is very starstruck. He's like, oh my god, Mighty Plumber, I have your face on my underwear.
You're my idol. Can I have your autograph? And then the Mighty Plumber is just like... And he's like, oh, please, don't have time. I completely understand.
So then, like, Koopa orders Mighty Plumber to attack Mario and Luigi.
Well, and he says traitor.
And they give, like, this weird gasp scream.
Okay,
Did you notice that
too.
Like, I had to go back and listen to that because it sounded like
Luigi gave his Mama Luigi scream. His,
like,
yo!
But then, like, Mario just goes, ah!
shrill scream.
It's just like, where did that come from?
Maybe they pulled the...
Maybe they grabbed the wrong person like they did Kookie's
Maybe
lap.
they were trying to get him to scream, and they're like, Mr.
Mario
Walker,
just looks so
Mr. Walker Boone, you're not screaming good enough. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, can you do it again? He goes, okay. And he gets really close to the mic, and they pour water down his back.
It's like when they were... they put ice cubes
down his pants. That just makes me think of Close Enough.
Oh my gosh. Alright, so they decide to escape from Mighty Plumber into the pipe world, which is like, oh well, great job. You have one job, Mighty Plumber. So he tries to catch him with this plumber's snake, which is very interesting. It's got a little snake face on it.
It reminds me of those
the little grabby toys.
Yeah, the grabby toys.
It's like if you've actually seen a plumber's snake, they look like those little grabby hands in Wind Waker that come out of the earth.
You mean the ones from the...
From the Forbidden Forest and the Wind Temple?
Yeah, the ones
like
that
when
sap
you chop
your MP.
them, they like bleed green. They look like that. That's what an actual plumber's snake looks like. It's got little thin things.
Also, I'm thinking we need a plumber's a plumber's snake in the upstairs sink. Have you been noticing that's been draining pretty bad?
Have you seen my hair?
What does your hair have to do with the sink?
We're not gonna go into that. Anywho.
What? Anyways.
What do you think clogs are made of?
Well, I don't know. Toothpaste buildup?
Anywho, the plumber's snake misses Mario and Luigi instead.
Well, they send it into the pipe to deviate and strangle King
Koopa. It's just making me think of that, how everybody makes the joke about Paper Mario with the noose in the middle of Rogueport.
Oh, I was thinking Luigi's Mansion, where...
Oh, well, that too.
Oh, where...
Rainbow strip.
You may have another rainbow strip, but I get the last one. Anyways.
Well, of course.
But yeah, the noose. I never thought of it as a noose before. I wasn't thinking about the gravity of the situation. I just thought of it as an Old West town, because you'd see them in Old West towns.
It is a gallows, basically.
Yeah. But when he pulls... The Mighty Plumber pulls Koopa through the pipe, and he's got this face that's like, well, gee, sir, I'm sorry I did that.
Gee, but maybe you better get off him.
I guess I grabbed the wrong snake. Grabbed the reptile instead.
Oh, well.
So Mario and Luigi just kind of walk out of the water. They go into the sewers and they just walk out of the water.
Well, to be fair, the water is very low frame rate. It's very easy to walk in.
Also, Mario's trying to explain something, but I couldn't understand because the background loop was not looping properly,
and it was giving me on anything, and it was his eyeball was over his nose,
and it was giving me a headache. I'm like, this episode is cursed animation-wise. I'm just not.
His eyeball is like over his nose, and I'm like, I can't hear what you're saying over your eye right now, Mario.
But the important thing is that they're trying to beat Mighty Plumber and Koopa to the chase.
They're expositioning about something.
So they're like, how do we know which way to go? Easy as pizza pie. Eeny, meeny, miny, Mario. It's like, we're gonna go into this pipe.
It's funny to me how Koopa and Mario have the same deciding.
Eeny, meeny, miny,
Mario.
Mario. Let's go. So they go through a pipe and they overhear Koopa, and I'll give it to the audio people this episode. I like how when Koopa is off in the distance, his voice is echoey because they're hearing it through the pipes.
And he's not just making random groans.
Oh, you mean the... Oh, you mean that one. Okay. So Koopa's like, I got this map, life is good. So they're looking down at Koopa through a upwards pipe. And they're like, well, how do we get the list? And Mario's like, I've got an idea.
He's got a plan. He's gonna grab Luigi by the ass.
I'm trying to remember.
What is with this show and grabbing Luigi's
Okay,
butt?
here is the
There's
thing.
Been so many plots about it.
So here's the thing I think about this writer. I have a theory. Matthew Mercer. I think he's got a thing for books.
He's got him by the ass.
Oh, that was from Pan Pizza talking about Rap City Kids. Oh no, they've got him.
I think this is my favorite scene in the whole episode.
Okay, so here's also, what I need to preface is that Matthew Marv, when he's writing all those Mega Man episodes, he wrote one.
Did he write the Gutsman's
Yes, the Gutsman's butt episode! Context. So Mega Man is taken to a theme park. It turns out it's actually Dr. Wily's trap for him. And the way that Mega Man recognizes, Rush pulls the tail off of a kangaroo. And
so you can see the butt of a robot, and Mega
goes,
Man looks at it, and he goes, it's Gutsman!
And Gutsman's like, how'd you know?
How'd you know? Easy, I looked at your eyes.
I can recognize that from a mile away. That just makes me think of it.
I just have to say it whenever I think of the scene.
It's Gutsman! Anyways, yes, those were written by the same people. This man, he likes
explains
butts.
So much.
He likes
so
butts.
Mario's plan
is
I'm crying right now, by the way, just thinking about this. Oh my god. So Mario's plan is to take a Patooey, to have the Patooey
lower Luigi
by the butt down and have him, like, Mission Impossible take his thing.
Okay, so I have some problems with this plan. First of all, why not just grab his shirt or the straps on his back? Why's it gotta be the butt?
It's gotta be the ass.
Secondly, I like how when Mario's wrestling the thing, he moves around for a little bit and it's fun, but Luigi just bends over in resignation like
he's just sweating
what I have to do now.
My gosh. So
you could take this out of context if you really wanted to.
Luigi's lowered down into the pipe.
And he's like, and he's going where no man has gone before.
And he rips his pants.
Well, it's like, it's
still snag. I never take screenshots while we're watching the episode.
Oh my god, his eyes go for a split moment.
It turns into Garfield.
Beautiful.
It's just like, what?
It's like, oh! So Luigi falls on Koopa and he's like, oh.
And Koopa's like, what just happened?
And Luigi's like, oh, thanks for being here.
Bye. And then he
stands up, and when he stands up,
you can see his bare ass. It's right there.
So either the plant ate his boxer, or Luigi does not wear undies under his overalls.
Well, maybe it ate his because you could kind of see the boxers when it was ripping a bit.
You could?
Didn't he have little polka dot? Maybe I was just thinking.
I think you're thinking of his polka dot boxers from Superstar Saga. Anyway.
It just sucks.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, Luigi has a bare butt for the.
He's got a sweetie.
Look at Reno. So much butt.
Oh my god. But our butt grabs aren't over because we have to throw a plunger at his butt.
Like, Mighty Plumber, he stole my map and my innocence. Look at him. I'm looking at his butt.
Throw a plunger at his butt.
We gotta cover him up.
Cover him up.
What is with all of the butts?
I don't know.
So Mario's like, oh gosh, I gotta go save my brother. So he jumps down and he kicks Mighty Plumber in the shins.
Now kick you in the shin.
and he drops Luigi.
I mean, hey, you might as well have just kicked him in the groin with how this episode's going.
So they're like, you two got away, but I've still got the map. And then Mario's like, and he turns around and he throws the plunger.
Koopa in the
he throws the
kidding.
Plunger at Koopa.
Right in his eyeball.
And as he's picking up the map.
There's so much violence.
And as he's picking up the map, his face becomes detached from his head.
The map becomes detached from reality. There's just so much, like, shaking everywhere. It's just like, there's too much violence. There's too much going on.
Whoever was standing layers this episode was like... They drank so much coffee and their hands are shaking.
Everything's just going all over the place.
So it's music time.
Music time. I like this song.
Tuber, keep your cool. Super Plumber is nobody's fool. Koopa, do do do.
It really fit. It makes me think of a water slide. It's such a good song.
It's upbeat. Mm-hmm. But Mario and Luigi are running away, and they're
trying to find where I am in my notes. I just keep seeing where I'm talking about butts.
We're thinking about butts.
Alright, so Mario and Luigi are riding on a little pipe raft.
But Koopa and Mighty Plumber are doing way more. They're like making a swing.
No, they grab like a drain cap and they're like, let's sail on this drain cap. And I'm like, that would sink immediately.
But it works.
But luckily, we live in a world of invisible drain clogs, so they're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. So Mighty Plumber also has the ability to form a pipe out of completely nowhere because he starts swinging on the rope with Koopa, and it looks like he's going to jump somewhere, but no, he enters the pipe feet first that is materialized out of nowhere.
I don't know. I thought they were chasing Mario and Luigi, and then it switches at some point. And
I think
Mario
at this
Luigi
point they're
chasing
just.
him.
I think at this point they're just both headed for the destination.
Point, why did we even try to steal the map? Why didn't Mario and Luigi just follow them down?
Just tail him. I don't know. Maybe because Mario wanted to torture his little brother. He chose violence.
Alright, so we gotta follow these Koopa prints and Plumber prints. Not to be confused with footprints.
Confused, you say?
Confused. We can't confuse them with footprints. They're specifically plumber prints.
You know, plumbers can tell when a plumber and a fellow
plumbers
plumber
don't wear ties. Anyway.
Okay, so Koopa's truly Wario in this episode because they break down the door by quietly opening it.
Break down the door!
And he's just like, screw. Okay, and Koopa's just like, money, money, money!
So it opens like a leak trap.
I'm guessing, was it a weight
thing
like Indiana Jones?
Like with DuckTales, it's they go to steal the treasure and then the city of Atlantis starts flooding.
Well, I think that's
like the first episode.
That sounds like Indiana Jones where it's weight triggered.
That's true. I don't know.
Either way, so
he didn't even steal all the coins. He just took like 2 handfuls and he's like, all right, I'm jetting.
They sprung a leak and he's like, all right, Koopa, we gotta do this. And then Koopa goes, that's your problem, idiot.
That sounds like a you problem. I'm out of here.
By the way,
I was the villain the whole time. See ya.
Bye. And now,
bye, Felicia.
And so there's a moment where Mighty Plumber's trying to open the door and he kind of stops and he's like,
just like, this is my fate.
Is this
to get
where
tricked by a crocodile
just
in the sewers and drowned like rats.
Speaking of crocodiles, is it just me or does this guy look like Crocodile Dundee?
Kind of, yeah.
Fun influence. But he's like, this is it. But Mario and Luigi have...
They're sitting there in a little window and they're
but
like,
they have the heart and they don't just say it to themselves. They're like, we tried to warn you, dude. He wasn't good. And he's like
I should have listened to you. The bond of plumberhood. It extends all bounds.
And I'm a failure for not trusting. And they're like, you're not a failure, you're a hero.
We love your pipe battering ram tricks, so cool.
We've learned it all from you.
And so they show it off to get out of there.
So I did like their trick. It's that they clog the drain with the drain. They clog the drain.
Is it like what they did in the Booty a Cootie episode with the camel spigot, where they block it up and then have it all shoot up so that the one will go up to the doom ship?
Sort of. That was more so deviating all other pipes to the one
so that the
singular.
Water pressure would send that one up.
It was increasing the water pressure on the singular. This is more so like, have you ever seen when dams start to leak and you block up one of the holes, another one will break through from the built-up pressure?
You're all
and then you got like your toes in the... Yeah, you do. And then it goes flying outwards. That's what they did in this episode. So they block it up and they go, she's gonna blow! I like how they say she's gonna blow.
Hey.
Feminine terms.
Treat your pipes like you treat your ladies.
How do you treat your pipes?
With respect. Anywho, Koopa jumps out of his furnace, which is apparently connected to the pipe.
But first, Mighty Plumber says fellow drain surgeons.
Oh yeah, they call themselves drain surgeons. That's... of all the little things they call plumbers, I really
So Koopa is running away, and at first they're like, you can't get away, and he goes, that's what you think.
Too late, I'm already going, sink, big, boom!
So Koopa, he goes back home to his fireplace, and he's squid bagging in front of the fireplace.
Squid bagging?
I don't know what the real word is, I just know it's
teabagging.
Okay. And he's like, I did it. It's like... Yeah. And it gets swamped away and so they send water through the pipe to wash him out, and Koopa's like, oh, so Koopa goes does he go into like a hole?
They have like a little trap door he falls into.
And then Chi-Chi's like,
whoa, free money.
Free money. It's free money.
It's free money.
So he grabs the money.
And then Mario and Luigi come up and they're like, boy, hand over that money.
Well, let's say Mighty Plumber grabs Cheatsy with his plumber snake, and Cheatsy sounds like he has a gun to his dad. He's like, okay.
And they're like, put him back in the TV, boy. Don't make me ask you twice.
So to re-enter the TV,
don't be such a nag.
It's the Willy Wonka ways you described earlier. You shrink them down and then put them in the
TV. And then he saves the woman who's probably dead. I don't know.
Well,
whatever. How's she gonna pay his salary?
I don't know, but he does not work overtime. So Mario's like, grumble.
It's not that he doesn't work overtime. He doesn't charge overtime fees.
Oh.
Because the thing is that when you work overtime, you get paid like twice as much, I think.
Well, I would rather, be paid extra for when I'm not required to work.
Because there's like certain weekend pay. It's also supposed to be more.
Okay.
So like sometimes if you advertise that you don't have weekend rates or overtime,
They'll
makes people more likely to hire you for certain jobs because you're cheap. Sad. I'm just evil, and I work cheap.
So Mario's like, grumble, I'm gonna steal your pipe.
I got some blue suede shoes.
And it doesn't even do anything that they take the pipe. They take his blue suede shoes, but he takes this wand, but he
just steals the wand from Chi-Chi. He's like, so you can't do this again. And I'm just like, why are you rubbing this in, Mario? Chi-Chi was literally not even in this episode. Like,
you were gonna kill him. So, but they've had enough of this, and also Mighty Plumber trusts Mario and Luigi to return the gold coins back to the.
I mean, they already had to do it once.
Place. They can do it again. It's fine. So Mario and Luigi.
I'm sure they won't end up in the orphanage or the Toad Casino.
Whoa!
I love that.
We still need to make that comic.
One of my favorite bits.
I'm going to the casino.
Let's go watch some TV.
Hook it up with chicks. Oh, my voice I can't do this anymore. Oh my gosh.
It's too late.
It's too late. But Mario and Luigi are back to being kids watching the TV again. They're so excited. They're like,
first they have to awkwardly saunter back to the furnace. And then they go and watch TV.
They do.
Mighty Plumber, and he like gives them a thumbs up during the TV, and they're like, yeah, oh my god, he knows our names.
Can we pick heroes or what?
I'm gonna name my children after you. I don't know, is that something people do?
It's inspired naming.
Okay, so Delfino.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Who is your most valuable paisano?
It's Luigi.
I can't pick.
Who are you trying to pick between?
Either Mario or Luigi.
Could we give it to both? I say Luigi.
You want to pick Luigi?
To me, Luigi, he was chipper. He braved through something that no man has ever done before.
I did really love Luigi this episode, although I also liked Mario. He was really fun in
this was just a really good them-centric episode.
Mario and Luigi episode.
I feel like
Koopa was funny.
I feel like the thing
Mighty Plumber was funny.
Make this episode the best of all is if it wasn't even about Koopa. It was about Wario. If this was Mario, Luigi, and Wario, it would be crazy fun.
I just need to get these coins for my
for my Mitch.
for charity.
It's to fund my micro
my
games.
favorite charity, me.
Wario's Charity Inc. All of the proceeds go to Wario's in Need.
Wario's in need, like me.
I'm the only Wario.
You know what? Just for that one picture of Luigi I now have saved on my phone. I will give it to Luigi.
It deserves to go to Luigi.
Hey, Luigi showed his full butt on TV.
He mooned us for the whole world to see.
He at least deserves an MVP.
And he is the most valuable paisano in this episode. Really? We got a true treat.
We did. More than one way.
So Peach,
Oh my
Where
gosh.
can you listen to this podcast?
You can listen to it on... Wait, what?
I got you set up to do something different.
You can listen to it on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, and on YouTube.
Early. It goes up on Mondays on YouTube, Wednesdays, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. But don't worry, because the 15th episode, which will come after this one, because it's on a Sunday, will be up on the 15th for every month. I don't delay that one, because it's on the 15th.
What's the date today? The 15th?
Well, that means tomorrow's the 16th.
Eureka! We're saved!
Alright, now where can they find you, Peach?
Right here in the bed, going to sleep.
She's at peachsupremeart.tumblr.com.
And you can find Delfino Durians at delfinodurians.tumblr.com.
Our outro music was composed by Taylor Lair. You can listen.
She composed it very well.
She composes work so good.
She's a great composer.
She made a new song this weekend.
Ooh, I gotta listen.
You can listen to her music at tlair.bandcamp.com. That's T, the letter T, LAIRE.bandcamp.com. We are very tired.
I ran out of tea like half an hour ago.
I've got like half of the grape aid bottle left.
Now you're never gonna sleep.
I'm wired on grape aid. Paisani. Paisanis.
They're crooks, Mighty Plumber. Get 'em!
Yup. No!